Good morning. Thank you for taking a few moments with me in the Word today. I want to talk to you about discipleship today and talk to you about it in a little bit different way than we normally would. You know, in John chapter 8, he says for us to be his disciples that we'll continue in his Word. We're to be hearers and doers of the Word. But let's look at Jesus and his disciples when he was walking the earth. They were on a journey, a life journey, into their destination. And Jesus would teach them from the scrolls, but he also taught them from the world around him. For example, I kind of get a picture in my mind that they were walking down the road towards their next destination, and there was a farmer planting his fields. So they sit and they rest. And Jesus begins to talk about the farmer who sows the seed, the different grounds that he could sow the seed on, and what kind of ground he's going to get the best harvest in. Then he takes this picture and teaches the disciples a kingdom truth. And you know, as for those disciples and as for us as disciples, that picture of that farmer became imprinted on our hearts to where we cannot get away from, nor do we want to get away from, the parable of the sower. That kingdom principle has been imprinted in our hearts through a picture. And when you look at the Old Testament, this is often how the rabbis then would teach their disciples. To be a disciple, then, the person would leave their family and they would follow the rabbi to learn from the Talmud and to learn from the rabbi's life so that they could model themselves accordingly. Well, you and I, we have the rabbi, the teacher, the shepherd, who is with us every day. And he walks with us and doesn't just want to teach us in our word time in the morning or our word time in the service. He wants to teach us throughout the entire day in our journey in life. And he still likes to use things in the world around us to teach us. You know, you look at nature, you look at the world around us, this world that he created, and he's the artist of it all. And the artist always puts himself into his work. And so he likes to point things out around us and start talking to you about that, and then teach you a kingdom principle so that it will be forever imprinted on your heart. And I believe he wants us to be aware of that. I believe the season that we're in, where he is emphasizing to us to practice his presence, to be aware of his presence 24/7, that he's wanting to add this to it to help us along the way. You know, in Mark chapter 4 and verse 9, this is after he teaches them the parable of the sower. And he says this, he says, and he said unto them, he that hath ears, let him hear. I'm seeing that differently now. I see him saying, Sherry, if you have ears, I want you to listen. As you're going throughout the day, I want to illustrate things to you. I want to point something out to you and teach you a kingdom principle from that. And you have ears, and I want you to hear that. And I want you to listen to this in Psalms 25, verse 4 and 5. I love this. In the Passion, it says this, Lord, direct me throughout my journey so I can experience your plans for my life. Reveal the life paths that are pleasing to you. Escort me along the way. Take me by the hand and teach me, for you are the God of my increasing salvation. I have wrapped my heart into yours. Did you hear that? Take me by the hand and teach me. Escort me along the way. Don't limit your time of learning from our teacher in your word time and in service, or when you've got a CD that you're playing. But take him by the hand. Let him escort you throughout your life and throughout the day. Stop and listen and let him teach you a kingdom truth that will revolutionize your life. I love you, and I look forward to being with you again on Monday.